Wait, maybe this way.
What are you doing? What's in your eyes?
What's your eyes? What's your eyes? Do the podcast, Art. Do it. Join us on the podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight Cinema, your deep dive into horror movies, sci-fi films, cult classics, new and old. Warning, everybody, there are spoilers ahead. I am Art Hennessy in San Diego, California.
And I am Erik in Salem, Massachusetts. Join us for the podcast.
You're sending shivers down my spine, Erik.
Sending shivers down my spine.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I have a question for you before we start, Erik. When you're going out and selecting your dead, do you like your dead the living dead? Do you like undead, walking dead? Or do you prefer the evil dead?
Whoa, there's quite variety in that. I'm going to go for the undead. But that could be anything. But
okay.
The evil dead, I mean, if we're going to pick hairs,
if
we're going to pick noses, we're not talking about dead things here. We're talking about demons. So
yes.
Just so you know. Actually, they're demons, Art, that we'll be talking about. And it's the name of the title is a little misinformative.
Yes, the title of the movie this week is The Evil Dead. Came out in 1981, directed by little director, you may never have heard of him, Sam Raimi.
Who?
Sam Raimi.
What did he do?
It stars nobody that you've heard of, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell, the guy who played Elvis? That guy? No, not much. Not much.
Also stars Ellen Sandweiss, Richard DeManincourt, Betsy Baker, and Teresa Tilly.
Oh, Betsy Baker. See, now you're talking.
So this movie came out in 1981, as I said, and it is about 5 young people who drive into the Tennessee mountains for a weekend away in a remote cabin. It's supposed to be a fun trip, but when they discover the cabin used to belong to an academic with a keen interest in the occult, they accidentally end up summoning something evil in the forest around them. And Erik, one by one, they face the maniacal, horrifying spirits threatening to take them over and turn them into the evil dead.
That was so good, Art. That was your best one. I had to compliment it with a little red box scream.
That's our story. Pretty simple story, right? It's a setup. It's a pretty simple setup here. By design, it's a simple setup, right? This was a low budget movie, Erik. This was first film, which I'm going to just keep praising throughout the podcast. I'm apologizing right now. First feature film. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, 2 people from Wisconsin, making 8mm films since they were school kids. And they wanted to be filmmakers. And they put this together on a shoestring budget because they wanted to get into films and they thought horror is a good way to get into movies. Yep. But Erik, horror was not really what they were interested in.
What were they interested in?
They were making comedies. They had always been making comedies. That's what they were making.
Well, this is not, I mean, unless you watch it in out of order, this is not a comedy. Unless you watch the other ones first, then you can't. Yeah.
But they were big into the Three Stooges and all of that type of comedy. Yes.
Well, that plays for you Evil Dead fans out there. That plays
heavily into it.
The future Evil Deads for sure.
And Erik, so they thought to themselves, they were like, look, I think Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi on record had said, when we were thinking of let's really do this, they're like, you can't make dramas or comedies unless you have big, huge stars. You can't do comedies. Nobody's gonna watch it. But horror movies, Erik, and I think you would agree, horror movies are an interesting genre. You do not need big stars to have a hit horror movie.
You really never do. Really, it's like, so what if this person's in it? It's almost distracting when they're well known.
Right. It's so interesting. Even today, I would say, even this far along in Hollywood and everything. So they made this horror movie. They set out, Eric, rented a cabin in Tennessee, and they were off to the races, this young film crew with, I will repeat, almost no money. They did have money, but
and this is how you do it, because we have to remember they were 20, right? So when you're 20, you're like, yes, absolutely, I'll stay in the cold. Absolutely, we won't have a caterer, so that's cool. But I think just they got the best break in the world because Stephen King just loved the movie. And then Stephen King skyrocketed the success, which skyrocketed Sam Raimi's success. I mean, what a break. It's good. It's great. It's a great horror movie for its time. And it freaking freaked me out when I saw it a long time ago. Now, not so much because of the other ones. But I thought, wow, what a break for like the horror movie book icon novelist. The horror novelist is like, you gotta see this movie, everybody. I mean, wow.
Yeah. They apparently he really liked it, and they approached him and said, can we use a quote? And he said, well, here's what I'll do. I'll write a review in Twilight Zone magazine, and then you can pull whatever you want from the review that I write.
Stephen King said, all right, you know what? No, I'm not going to give you a quote. Instead, I'm going to write a review in a famous magazine. Right. And they went, well, could you just give us the quote? We really just want a quote.
Off topic, Eric. I was a subscriber to Twilight Zone magazine, even from as a young kid.
I wasn't. I was.
You were Fangoria, right? Did you?
I was Fangoria monster movie monster film monsters. But I
also,
just
Eric, Fangoria helped this movie too. They covered it extensively when it was coming out as well, and really pushed up its profile.
Stephen King, though.
Yes.
That's like saying if you and I are doing a podcast and the number one podcast in the world is like, hey, shout out to Midnight Cinema. They're awesome. And then next thing you know, we have 1 billion subscribers.
I know.
So good for them.
Good for them. And it led to lots of stuff we'll talk about at the end of the podcast a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about the book I found too.
Oh,
in the basement. It's cool. Orsina found this book. She's been reading passages out of it. It's really cool. Yeah.
Down there? All right. Okay.
Yeah, so fun.
I can't wait to hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Eric, this is a movie, like we said, low budget. So first thing you notice when you put it on your big screen TV, right, is that it is in the old format. It's a square format, regular standard movie theater format from a long time ago. And let's get into it, Eric. So the movie starts.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Right, go ahead.
Let's go. Because I like this movie. I'm putting it up front. There's a lot I want to get to here.
I'm going to tear it apart.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. We start in a swamp, like a little pond, and the camera just starts gliding over the surface of this pond and around the tree stumps that are in it. And in the background, we start to hear this. Eric's done a little bit of it already, this eerie sound. Is that it?
Is that? No.
Well, they're fans of the Three Stooges, Eric. It's like
spread out. You hear spread out. No, it's like this one's not. This is like music. It's like, but fog. Did they have access to fog machines?
Quote from Bruce Campbell. I'll put it up front here, Eric. I read a lot of his thing on it, and he said everybody on set who wasn't, even the actors who, if you were not in a shot, you were running a fog machine.
Right, and it works. We both know the fog. You should hire the fog first if you're doing a horror movie. In my short film that I'll be doing, that we'll cover and we can tear it apart, I am using fog and I don't even need it.
Yes, there we go.
I just want it.
You know, Eric, it just helps. It really does. Yeah.
Yes, you said something's coming, a POV of something going through the swampy.
Got a POV, and it's gliding over the swamp. There's a sunken car in the swamp too, which I noticed, which I had watching it this time.
It was probably
was that
there.
actually there?
100% it had to be there.
Yeah,
They're like,
it's like
score,
Old LTD, yeah. And then it kind of comes out of the pond and starts racing through the trees. But then we're going to cross cut. It's very quick. We start to cross cut with a group of young people. They're probably in their 20s, or college students. They're driving in a big old boat car. Remember those when we were kids, Eric? The big...
Yep.
It got me a Chrysler big as a whale.
Yep.
About to set sail, and they're driving, and this is our group of people that we're going to meet here. I'm just going to run down them quickly because they don't really introduce their names except casually throughout the movie.
Ashley.
Yep, we have Ash.
Ashley.
And Ash is there. That's Bruce Campbell, the actor, very famous now. And his girlfriend is Linda. She's in the car, so he's going with his girlfriend on this weekend. And his sister, Cheryl.
No idea until I watched it for the podcast that was his sister. I had no idea, and I heard the name. I heard her mentioned as a sister once. I'm like, wait, what?
It's very offhand. You would not... On a first watch, I don't know that you'd necessarily catch it.
It's important to the plot.
So we have Ash, his girlfriend, Linda, his sister Cheryl, and then we have another couple. We have Scotty, and then we have Scotty's girlfriend, Shelley.
Mm-hmm.
And so
these are the days with no cell phones, so they have to actually talk to each other and sing songs.
Yes,
while they're driving. But they're going to somewhere, to a camp, and a car is approaching, and whatever's in the woods, apparently all approaching at the same time.
Yeah, this. What Sam Raimi's doing here, even as a young filmmaker, is he's building up an incredible amount of tension, by cross-cutting. So what we have is this POV racing through the woods. We have our people in the car singing songs and talking about the directions, trying to, like you said, no phones, Eric. Bruce Campbell, Ash has got the map in the back, the physical map, as they're heading to Tennessee. And then oncoming, they keep cutting to, is a big truck that's heading down the highway. And he's just cutting between all those, and it's building tension for really, I'm going to say, Eric, really nothing. But
and it gives for a while.
It does keep building up for a while.
Where is it, Ash? I think it's cut. I think cut. Oh, come on. But guess what? They don't get into a crash.
No, but the steering wheel, right when the POV shot racing through the woods, we don't know what it is, comes right into their car, comes right down the hill, and it looks like it's going into the car. Scotty's driving, and the steering wheel suddenly turns. And then he gets control of it back, and they miss the truck. And it becomes nothing, basically.
Yeah, it's like, something's wrong with your car. And then why are two fishermen on the side of the road, and they wave when he beeps, and he's pissed off at them. He's like, fuck you. I wasn't waving at you. What? They weren't even mad. They were waving. No, hi. Never see him again.
I'm sure it's probably like Sam Raimi's brother.
Like, you guys want to be in the movie? Wave on the side of the road. You're fishing.
Could be Joel Cohen. He worked on this movie. The Cohen brothers. Joel Cohen worked on it.
Well, would he get a credit?
I don't know. He's in the credits. Anyways, but they're heading up to this cabin, Eric. So they drive up. They're heading down the road, and they got to cross a bridge. And
rickety bridge, dangerous bridge, travel at your own risk.
This is almost, you can already see some of Sam Raimi's instincts here. It's almost like a comic book or cartoon rickety bridge. Like, it's, the sound is amped up on the Foley. It almost sounds like a rope bridge swinging. And they're going across, and Eric, the planks are coming out from under the tires of the car.
Yes. They actually say, oh, we could do it. And they go over it. And indeed, how they got out of this predicament, I don't know. But the tire smashes through. Like an Indiana Jones movie, you step on the wrong one. And I thought, oh, they're done for.
Yeah.
But no, how did they get that tire out of there, first of all?
I
don't. They get over to the bridge. And I love they were arguing over whether or not the cabin was going to look good or be bad. Like, oh, it's probably crappy. No, it's probably good. It's probably good. Well, guess what, everybody? It's not good. It is a oh, let's just turn around and sleep in the woods. That's what I would do. It's not
like,
good.
None of those girls, those women are going to stay in that cabin if this is real life.
I'm not going to stay in that cabin. I am a princess. Cena will tell you, I'm not sleeping. She'd be like, oh no, it's rustic. I'd be like, no, Motel 6. Let's go.
Scotty goes in first to investigate. I love it. And there's a porch swing. At least the cabin has a porch swing, Eric.
Yeah, for
you want to spend some time out on the porch swing?
It looks like the Berenstein Bears porch swing. It's gigantic wooden.
And you're like, how is this termite-infested porch holding this thing up? But it's banging against the door, and he goes to get the keys, and then it suddenly stops.
It's already creepy, right? It starts creepy. So
it does, and he's got the skeleton keys to open up he has to grab them off the top ledge. But he goes in, Eric, and the inside is even worse than the outside. There's
awful.
Old musty deer heads on the wall. And I have in my notes, Eric, the interior of this looks like it's a community theater set. The painting of the walls and the everything, it just looks like it's sort of a community theater set for the inside of an old cabin. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, maybe they got somebody's deer from their garage and put it up. But it's gross. It is gross. And we have 3, not to stereotype, but we have 3 girls staying here. And as I said, one of those girls is me. I wouldn't be staying there. They did not turn around. They didn't say, great. Yeah, you guys stay here and suck face with the deer. We're out of here. Yeah. They didn't. They're like, nope, let's go.
They're gonna stay. So the first thing we see is they're in the cabin, and one of them, Cheryl, this is Ash's sister, is sitting sketching. She's a sketcher. She's sketching a clock.
Whoa, okay, Art. Yeah. Take it easy, labelist.
What? Well, she's a sketcher. Some people are sketchers.
She is. She's got like way too many pencils and the world's biggest sketch pad. You're right. Drawing the clock because there's nothing else interesting in the cabin but a big old clock.
Yeah. But then the clock starts freaking out a little bit. The sound starts getting really loud. Mm-hmm. And does the pendulum stop? I think the pendulum stops
at an angle that it can't stop at. Mm-hmm. So the pendulum would stop in the middle, but it stopped like. It looks like there's a POV from the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's a cool bit. Did you notice this? What she's drawing and she's sitting by the window. It's already scary. I'm trying to think of the me who saw it originally. It's scary. And then she starts drawing so hard on the pad that she's cutting through it. But did you notice on her hand?
No.
Missed it. She's got drawn in purple veins on her right hand.
Oh, so her hand is the one that's possessed and is drawing?
I guess. Okay. Yeah.
Because a wind is coming into the window and we hear just lightly, Eric, join us. We hear that on the soundtrack.
I thought that was the people in the next cabin and they were playing checkers. We're right next door. We need another person. The old maid. Twister. Yes, cabin twister. But it's a face, right? She's making a.
Well, I was gonna ask you, Eric. If you were seeing this for the first time, you wouldn't know what this is. Now you know what it is if you've seen it before.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
It is like a face in a box, and it's very crude. Mm-hmm. This drawing, but it evokes something. I will say that. Mm-hmm.
And every cabin should have besides a deer head. You're right there. All right.
Well, I'm blurry. Like, you notice, like, I suddenly got really blurry.
Oh, you're good now. You're good.
So, she's
make it blurry again. No. What? Your cabin has everything. So you got that big ass bare seat outside, deer heads, throw shit, and then a trap door with a chain on it that you could throw a couch down. It's so big. A trap door in a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
and it bangs or something, right? It goes.
Yeah. Well, they're having dinner. They're all having dinner. Where did they cook dinner? Where did they get dinner? I don't understand.
They brought it all.
They have plates, glasses, everything. And Ash stands up to make a toast, and he's shit at making toasts. He can't even. He forgets what he's said.
Not good.
He's not good. Okay. But yes, in the background behind them, the door actually swings open. It slams It stops everybody.
It happens in one of our favorite movies, Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Homage.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah. So what normally happens is you decide to go down there just one person. That's what I would do. A chained up. I guess, are we doing background trivia too because you love Evil Dead so much?
That every now and then.
There was no basement.
Yeah.
They had short stairs leading down to just nothing, and they started to go down, and then it's somewhere else. I thought that was cool.
Well, you can tell from some of the shots how they're doing this. And I already want to mention he's doing really cool things. You can see this is a very, very naturally talented director who 100%. Knows films, because he makes every shot almost in this movie interesting. Almost every single one.
I would say you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Because even the dinner scene, the blender jump scare.
Yes.
Just he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But Scotty apparently knows what he's doing too, because Scotty's like, I'll go down there.
Well, and this is where the shot, Eric, he goes down and they're all up there and they're looking down through the hole, right? It's a big square cutout. This is what I'm talking about. But it wouldn't make sense if you really think about it, because the stairs would be under there, but they're shooting up, looking at them all, looking down this square cutout. And I just thought that was great. Right away, you can see, and he pans across their faces as they're all looking down and talking. I love it, but Scotty's not answering them. He's down in that basement, Eric. He went down there and he's not.
Pisses me off, Scotty not answering. So they got to make a stereotype. So Ash now has to go down after him with his little haunted mansion lantern. And Cabin in the Woods always has, I don't know if you know, but every cabin I've been to in the woods has a large, creepy basement with pipes leading to what? How many toilets and sinks do they have in this cabin was my first thought.
First of all, they clearly have electricity in this cabin, we've established. And as Eric just pointed out, plenty of pipes with water because they're dripping.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other thing. There's the sound design here is just drip, 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 drip. And Ash is looking up at the ceiling. So this is a very remote cabin, Eric.
Expansion. The family thought, maybe, you know what? What if we end up building a second floor? We need more plumbing.
God.
We didn't think about it. It's like, how much plumbing do you need? The answer is probably zero. This is in Tennessee in the swamp woods.
Yeah. It's like.
But there's suspense. He keeps, it's silent. He's not saying, what's that? There's another door. Hand reaching for the door. Open the door. Creepier room. What do you put in your cellar art when you're decorating in Tennessee?
Anything I can find.
Anything? Like dried gourds. You want to hang those up? We have those in our basement right next to this book that we found.
Yeah. Raimi does this thing. He does it throughout where he has all this interesting stuff on the sound design, and then it will silence.
It's good. I noticed that every time it was silent, I said, this is good, because it makes you go and pay attention.
Yes.
Learn from this movie, people.
Eric, so you'll agree with me. I was going to say, this movie is a indie film course in itself. If you watch this movie, if you want to make a movie like a suspense movie or a horror movie, just watch this movie and pay close attention to these things. Because
do it.
It's great.
Also, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't be like, I can't. If no, come on.
Now,
where's Scotty?
Scotty jump scare. We're gonna have it. Yeah, he's the dick friend, as you said earlier. He's not answering them because he clearly wanted to scare whoever came down there. But he's like, "Hey, look at this stuff," and they go over in this desk with all sorts of stuff, everything from a shotgun to a reel-to-reel tape player on that desk.
Yep.
But Ash finds a book. Eric, looks kind of like the book you found there in your house.
It's cool.
Looks a little bit.
It's amazingly similar.
It is. Yeah.
Mine's a little bigger.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you just flip through that and you there's all kinds of cool drawings in it.
Yes.
Eyeballs and demons, and remember the drawing that we didn't know what it was?
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yes. And that one's in color. That one's like in red, flaming.
Somebody got some crayons.
But we see now that what Cheryl was drawing and sketching, this is more filled out, and it looks like a book with a face, and it's screaming and it's in flames. there. It's very interesting.
Which is kind of the cover of this gross book. And for Evil Dead fans, you'll notice that the book is not that big. It's kind of it's a widow book.
Erik, watching it for the podcast, because I hadn't watched it in a while, my memory of the book was so different.
Yes, huge, right? 2 hands. This one, it's like, Dear Diary, I summoned a demon this morning.
Yeah, it's like it's the paperback. It's the one you'd pick up at the airport.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're going on a flight and you want something.
I also point out they do find there's a dagger, which is more like a sword. It's a big dagger.
I knew you were going to say that. I said Erik is going to correct.
Yeah,
if I say dagger, Eric's going to be like,
like a short sword.
Yes, short sword, I think would be a good way to describe it. But it has a very ornate handle that's like it looks like something I'd see at one of your attractions, to tell you the truth, the ornate handle with a skull and
bones.
It's really
cool. It's really a cool prop.
Yeah, it's cool. And so they go upstairs. Now we're cutting upstairs. They're all hanging out. They got a fire going and they're all talking.
Good.
But Ash is into the tape player. He wants to play that tape player.
Yeah,
it's like shh, shh, shh.
Yeah, and this is the original. I guess we have to treat it like nobody's seen Evil Dead ever. So
right,
but they're playing the recording, and it's a guy that talks like this and visiting. When I go on vacation with my wife, we look for exotic places, and he went to the ruins of Kandar. But some guy. I brought my wife. We went to Kandar. Thought it would be fun.
And he recovered a book of the dead.
Yes, bound in human flesh and inked in human blood. Okay, is that the souvenir you pick when you're on vacay? Honey, you want a T-shirt or this book?
And we learned that he's an academic. He's saying, and now he's retreated. I've retreated from the groves of academe, Erik, he says. To study this book.
Yes.
And in the book, demons, through the incantations in this book, are given license to possess the living.
Yes, because they're never truly dead. They're just waiting to be called back by an incantation or perhaps a snack, some Cheetos.
Now, this guy's voice is great, I have to say.
I
love the voice on this.
Yeah.
And little trivia, they needed him for the sequels, but he just did this as like a little one-off for these guys doing their thing. They had to track him down in the future to find him again.
He was probably in Kandar.
Yes. But it reminds me of sort of, it gives that eerie occult feeling. I like it.
It does. It's spooky.
I like it. It really sets you up.
And they're just listening. So good direction. They're just listening. And then they fast forward to the incantation. This is where we get some special effects.
Yeah.
Something is happening under the leaves of the cabin.
Yes, outside. As these incantations are playing, like satanic.
I wonder if it's fog art. I wonder if fog starts to come out from under. Oh, it does.
It does. But the earth is moving and it's kind of jumping up and it looks like something's coming out from under the ground outside. And Cheryl's getting freaked out.
She don't want it.
No, no.
Cheryl. It's that kanda. She doesn't like that word. Kanda. All the other words, I have no idea what he's saying. You guys, if you're diehard Evil Dead fans, you figure
That's
it out.
right.
But it's like Methalot, Cryptandimdo, Gabada, Kanda.
And she screams. Cheryl wants it to stop. She's like, no! And just then, tree comes through the window.
Tree branch. Poltergeist. Steven, do we need to talk about something? Because we know you directed Poltergeist and not that other guy.
It is his low budget. We have to always say, kind of a weird piece of tree that comes through that window, I have to say. It looks a little weird.
It could have fallen from the top. There was a lightning strike, remember? So
That's true. But this is, once again, Raimi just building things up to a pitch when they're listening to the incantations and Cheryl screaming and then smashing that tree through the window. I just think that this is really good and building this creepy vibe. I'm in. I'm so into this.
And then you're always like, oh, it's a car. Yeah. Oh, it's a tree. But now you know something's happened up. There's something else.
So we cut a little bit forward here. Cheryl's gone to bed.
Yeah. There's a storm.
Cheryl's gone to her room. And Ash and his girlfriend, Linda, are alone at last, Eric.
What is happening
Alone
in
at
this
last.
scene? What
He's gonna
them?
Eric, he's gonna give her a present. So he's lying. She goes to check on Cheryl in her room, and he peeks around the corner. I'm like, this is the Raimi and Bruce Campbell that want to make a romantic comedy, right? This is what they want to do, actually, in their hearts. He looks around the corner. He sits back on the sofa, and he puts this little ornate box on his thigh, and then he pretends to be asleep. Now, this is important because it's all going to come back later.
Does it, though?
But it does. No. It does. You know what I'm talking about. No, you know what I'm talking about.
No.
So
it comes back on.
The gag they have here is she's looking at the box, and Raimi keeps cutting in closer on their eyes. Close. So she looks at him, and he's always has his eyes shut. As soon as she looks at the box, he opens his eyes. When she looks at him, he closes his eyes. It's a little playful game. Like Erik said, it goes on for a long time.
For a bit. I have Ash has a present for Linda. That's my notes.
Yeah. And it is not an engagement ring.
No,
which
they're only 20.
I know.
Take it easy.
But they play it up, though, so much that you would think it was going to be. But it's one of those lockets, Eric, with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, it's a magnifying glass on a chain, really.
I looked it up to see if there's an actual official name for that type of thing, but there really isn't. It's like pendant with magnifying glass.
Yes, it is. It's called Kanda.
This is my Kandarian.
This is my Kandarian necklace. We got it along with a nice hat.
And the score, Eric, you probably noticed, is very romantic and sort of soaring in this moment.
Yeah, it's okay. This is what people do with horror movies is they do spend some time on stuff where you say, I don't know if we need to. We know there are a couple.
Yeah.
No.
I think they're building more of it than I think they need to for this movie. I agree with you.
A little bit. But there is the POV of something outside looking in. And
it's going around the windows.
Oh, yeah.
It's that weird floating POV that they go around. They didn't have money for a steady cam, so apparently they just have a camera on a couple of boards and two guys.
Works, though. It works.
Yeah. But it goes around, and we go from Ash, and it's looking in on Ash and Linda, and then it's going around, and we get our one set of boobs.
No, Art.
Oh, we don't?
I'm going to have to correct you.
Oh, you are? Okay.
We only get one boob.
All right.
Okay? Just so you know.
All right.
One boob. Yeah.
But apparently Bruce Campbell, I was listening to one of his interviews, and he said every horror movie we ever went to see had boobs in it.
Yep.
So on set, they were like, we just got to do this. And Shelley, the actress playing Shelley, was like, all right, I'll do it.
I'll show a boob.
Yeah.
And it's quick. It's you pass by the boob. Wow, we're talking a lot about one boob. And then you get Cheryl by herself, and she's brushing her hair and looking at the creepy drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And the noises outside are now creepy.
And join us. Again, we hear that.
It's that cabin. It's that other cabin. They're like, we've moved on. We've moved on to mini golf. We need an indoor mini golf. We're doing beer pong. Join us. No. Pictionary.
She's good. She'd be good at Pictionary. Oh my God.
Might be.
With her possessed hand. It's like ripping the pad.
It's possible.
You're like, evil book.
Nailed it. Evil book. Yep. Nailed it. You're amazing. How about this one? Deadite. Yep. Good job. So when I hear creepy noises in Tennessee, fog-filled Tennessee, what I do is put on my best white robe and I go outside by myself.
Yes.
To have a look. But not just outside. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for whatever I heard. I'll just go in the woods.
Into the woods. She's walking. I'll give them this. It's creepy. It looks great. It's lit well. Like it's a creepy scene with her going through the woods.
And everyone off camera is pumping that fog.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good. I agree.
And then all of a sudden we get the POV again, and they do this throughout the rest of the movie. It's a weird POV. It's that camera's moving, but then it will have a tree in front of it, and it'll knock down the tree. Have you noticed that, Erik?
Something's there, right?
Yeah. I was trying to remember. I think when I first saw this movie way back, and I tell that story, Eric, when I first saw this movie on an older podcast, if people want to check that out. Dawn of the Dead, I talked about it because I saw this at the drive-in with Dawn of the Dead as my first time watching it. So if people want to hear that story, I also tell a version of it in our 9 horror movies that scared us as kids. But Eric, you can go to midnightcinemapod.com to find
where would I go
podcasts.
if I want to hear more of it? Because they already found us. They're already listening right now.
Yeah, they found us, but you can find us on Apple, Spotify, any of the podcast platforms out there. That's where you can find us. But if you go to midnightcinemapod.com, you can find all of our old episodes. We have everything, Eric. John Carpenter movies. We have The Fog, The Thing. We have newer movies like Ready or Not. We have
Trilogy of Terror.
TV movies like Trilogy of Terror. And just classics like Halloween.
Yeah,
we even
all
have
three.
We even have holiday movies, Eric.
Yeah.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
If you want to know how Santa took over Mars, yeah, you can.
And if you want to contact us, we love hearing from people, even if we got something wrong, which I will confess to getting wrong, something on our last episode.
Yes.
Later I'll talk about it.
Technically, Art, they could join us.
Join us.
Yes. Join.
So I was trying to remember, Eric, when I first saw this movie, what did I think this thing was? Because you're like, it's knocking down trees. What is this thing that's POV, that we're in its POV? What is it?
Yeah. Don't know, but it's got all the forces of nature. It can control the plants and animals of its surroundings.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
I almost wanted to. It's so tough. I almost wanted to explain this scene like it's a documentary. Like the woman in the woods finds branches and crawling towards her.
Yes.
The branches, inquisitive branches, continue to wrap around the arms and legs of the woman as she screams in terror.
Yes.
Cool effects, but they seem to be binding her up. Whoop,
yeah.
There goes her robe. The branches have ripped it apart. I mean, it is invasive. It's an invasive.
Yeah. And the lore on this, which I guess is true, is Raimi now regrets putting the extent of it in that he says, it's tough. It's a tough watch. Because what Eric and I are insinuating, for those of you who haven't seen the movies, she basically gets assaulted by trees.
You don't see.
You don't see it, but it's.
But here's my argument for everybody on this. Is like, Sam, I know. Okay, come on, buddy. It's a great scene. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. So
yeah,
you really
but that's his. That's Eric. You and he are on the same page because that is his explanation. He's like, as much as I sit here and regret it, the movie was about transgressing and seeing what we could do and how far we could push it and stuff. And so that is pushing it.
It is terrifying and makes men and women alike uncomfortable, I would imagine.
And as Eric said, the effects are actually really good.
And
they're really
simple stuff, but they get the vines, like vines wrapping around her.
And so they reverse the shot, right, Eric? That's what I was figuring out.
Yes.
So they're pulling the vines off of her, and then they reverse the film, so it looks like they're going up her arm.
You can still do today.
Yes.
And it worked great. You don't have to come up with anything different. You do it in reverse.
Right. Yeah.
And just to add a little bit of, is it levity?
Yes.
Is that this is where we get our second single boob. So now, just in case anyone's counting, you get now a full set.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So now we have 2 boobs. So a set of boobs. They've accomplished their horror movie criteria, needing 1 set of boobs. They did it.
And kudos to the actor because she definitely went for it here. She did a great job. But she then gets loose from these and starts running. But here's what I think, Eric, about this movie and why I like it so much as a horror film. I'm going to use the word here. I might keep using it. Slap me through the screen if I keep using it. It is relentless. This movie is.
I'm going to mark just in case.
Mark it down.
Relentless,
but
and I'll put a
so we just witnessed what Eric and I just described, and then she gets loose and starts running, but the POV camera is chasing her back towards the cabin, and it is super suspenseful as she's running and tripping, and this camera is just I nearly said
what
it.
What did you say?
Didn't know. I said
you said the
camera is running towards her. Yes. Yeah, watch me on that because I'm sure I'll say it again. So that's one. I've said one. Yes. Okay.
I have one. But we think based on what she's doing, she's seeing something.
Yes.
Coming towards her.
And this is where we realize too, Erik, a nice thing that he's doing here that I like. When we're in the POV, they have this soundtrack of wow, wow, wow. But then when they cut to the person, that's not there. Like it's silent. It's regular soundtrack.
It makes you just uncomfortable. It's almost
it really is.
Word when something keeps coming for you. It's
you're not going to do it. You're not going to make me say it, Erik.
Well, she gets to the cabin. And remember the keys, the skeleton keys.
Yeah.
Why is the door locked? Just ask.
She went out the back door. I do have to say, she went out the back door. Okay. So I think they had locked the front door.
Mm-hmm. But it's coming. It's coming. She can't find the right key. She can't find the right key. She's gone.
Yes.
She's done. It's gonna get her. It's gonna get her.
Mm-hmm.
Ash jump scare.
And this little sequence here, Erik, just a kudos to John Carpenter, because they would have definitely seen Halloween at this point, and this is Michael Myers in the finale coming towards Laurie on the porch,
right,
trying to get the keys. It's the same setup. I'm like, I can see where he ripped it right off there. Yeah, it's great. But it's good in its own right.
And whatever it is,
Ash saves her, though. Ash opens the door and pulls her in.
And whatever was chasing her is gone. It doesn't go.
Yeah. It won't go in the cabin, I guess. Sometimes.
Probably afraid of that deer head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It won't go in the cabin.
So Cheryl is like, I am out of here. Out. Cheryl.
Yeah. She said the woods are alive.
Mm-hmm.
If you said that to me, Art, I would, and I think you would do the same thing. We'd talk to each other about it. You wouldn't go, "Oh, shut! You're acting like you're 3 years old." But she just wants to leave, and Ash is being good. And he said, "All right, it's his sister, right?"
Yeah.
So he's going to drive his sister back to the,
town. She can stay in town. They said, I guess,
Motel 6.
How far is the town? I don't know. It might
going to be a bit.
Yeah. So they get out into the car and. Boy, I'll tell you, they spent a lot of time on this shot of them getting into the car because the 3 people that are staying at the cabin are backlit with fog everywhere. Erik, they are pumping fog onto this set with backlight. It looks great, but I'm like, they're just getting into the car. But that's what I mean. Sam Raimi just goes all out in this movie.
And I swear they glued the dried leaves onto that car. They must have glued them. Because wind and stuff, the leaves are staying where they are in the car. I loved it. I thought they probably used hot glue. And it really takes way too long to get the car started. It's like, they won't let us leave, and then it starts. But it took a bit of time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So they're driving, and they get close to the bridge. And, I mean, there's my sound of the bridge again. There's on the soundtrack, it's like, and so Ash stops the car and he gets out. Another thing you don't have to do. You don't have to do this. I want to explain this for the audience. The car is stopped, headlights shining towards us. Ash gets out of the car, but when he walks in front of the car, he is tilted. He is at a slant as he's walking down towards the car. Watching it this time, I said, what is this shot? It's so interesting. He's walking towards us. So I had to look it up, Erik. They tilted the car to get that shot to just make it weird and off-putting. I thought that was fantastic.
And why? Great. We see, show me a tree that doesn't look like an ordinary tree. If you're going to show me a tree, I want to see something. If you made it, I want it to look different. So if you got a shot of just a car, tilt it. That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought it was great. I mean, I won't do too many of those, Erik. I don't want the podcast to be 5 hours long.
You don't want to be too, what's that word? Where you keep talking about it. You're almost...
I'm not going to do it.
Shit.
Has to come out now.
Why wouldn't they use the high beams to just see if something's wrong with the bridge? But no, Ash basically disappears and Cheryl comes out. It's like, Ash. She gets to the bridge.
Okay.
Low budget.
Yes.
So that's why it's awesome. You do not see the whole bridge destroyed. You just see this unusually twisted metal from the bridge.
Yes, with the sign, of course, is in the frame, the sign that they said about the dangerous bridge. Erik, though, I will say, I love it. Does look good. Perfect. They don't linger on too long, but I did have to pause and freeze frame a couple times in my rewatches. You can see they're not real metal girders. They're clearly made out of wood or cardboard or something,
Styrofoam.
Right? Styrofoam. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. But you have to look. You have to really look to see that. Yeah.
Yep. But they have a chance to redeem themselves years later.
Okay.
Don't you worry. But way too long to check.
Yeah.
And she's just, where are you? Where are you? And then runs back to the car and Ash, jump scare. We get another one.
Yes.
Where was he? Was he taking a piss? Why? Where was he?
I don't know. I was like, did he go down into the ditch or what? What's happening? But this is dramatic, Erik. The headlights from the car, everybody on set pumping fog in. And she's going, oh, they're not going to let us leave. She's on her knees and he's standing there and it's dramatic and they pull back. They pull back on this thing. You would have thought it was the last shot in the movie.
It's good. They doing it themselves too.
I know.
He's not cut. All right, let me check that. Sam.
So they can't get out without that bridge is out. And
so they don't have any board games. You know what they should probably do is continue to listen to what's on the tape.
Well, Ash has I will say Ash has a headphone in. He has like one headphone in. So he's playing that reel to reel. And this time the professor on there, or whoever it is, the doctor, is talking about how his wife seems to be possessed by a demon. And the only way he thinks he can clear her of this is bodily dismemberment.
Mm-hmm.
So Ash is having a good time listening to that reel to reel. And the girls are playing cards.
Yeah, guess that card. And it's Linda and Shelley, I think. And for some reason, Shelley is holding up the card and Linda's guessing wrong. And Shelley's like, you got it.
It's like the Ghostbusters, right? It's like oh my God, the Ghostbusters is coming out in a few years. Yeah.
Yep. Can you see these cards?
Yeah.
But it just turns a sharp corner here.
I remember this from the first time I saw this movie. It's so good what they do
Cheryl.
here.
Remember Cheryl? Poor Cheryl.
Cheryl's sitting looking out the window over in the corner. So she's not even looking at what they're doing.
But she's guessing the cards from a distance.
And they're all right.
Yep. And then she starts, normal voice, ace of spades, 9 of hearts, 10 of diamonds,
6 of all, 25, Joker's wild.
And he pushes that camera in from her. She's facing away and she turns her head around and all right, gray face.
Yeah, let's see if I can do it.
Yeah. Erik has these patches over his eyes. His eyes are white.
I can't see anything. Am I looking at the camera?
And her eyes are like white. These are contacts that they put in that the actors could only wear them for 5 minutes at the most at a time. Otherwise, their eyes would just be dry.
But they make the monster because the rest of the stuff is like, bluish makeup and they don't have fangs. They just kind of like just their own teeth, but it's a demon voice and she's now floating. Low budget movie. We know how it's
how they did it, right?
We don't care because she's right there next to the window, but she's technically floating.
And they did it, that with a seesaw. They did it with a pole seesaw that's between her legs, so she's sitting on it, and the people behind the window are lifting her up on the seesaw.
That's great, and it works. I think we did that for a short film. Did you do that one in America's Next Top Superhero?
No,
short
I wasn't
film?
in that one. No,
There's one of the girls said,
I saw it though.
She said, "I can fly," and she was playing a bee, a superhero that's a bee. And I said, "Well, we got to make her fly." So she was so tiny that I, down below camera, picked her up by just below her thighs and picked her up and just went like this. And she's like, do. Easy stuff, everybody. You can do it.
I know.
I lost one of my eyes, Art. I was so excited.
Oh, no.
I only have one.
Yeah, so she drops to the floor because she says,
One by one will take you.
Yes.
and then
everybody's freaking out.
I would say so.
She drops to the floor, and everybody of course, is gathering around her. But we see that I don't know how they don't see her doing this. She's her hand, which is disgustingly made up. It looks like decaying flesh. You're going to be picky here, right?
Or does it look like Erik dressing as the mummy in 1985 and wearing latex and forgot to put enough glue on it?
Yeah, and there's not enough. It doesn't sort of cover the whole hand down the wrist. But I noticed that in a couple of shots here where I'm like, they didn't really go down the whole arm.
But they make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she grabs the pencil. You remember she's drawing all the time? Pencils everywhere. How many pencils did you bring, Cheryl?
They're spread all on the floor in the overhead shot. Right. So Cheryl grabs a pencil. Demon Cheryl, we'll call her now. Demon Cheryl grabs a pencil and just swings it and stabs it right into Linda's Achilles tendon area, like right in smack in the middle of that like little triangle down there.
Doesn't stop there. I mean, stabbing someone, yes, but she's got the pencil in there and she's grinding it in there. It's so gross. It looks so real, and everyone would wince at this.
Yes.
Really good job. You go from the crappy makeup on the hand to this amazing shot of that pencil. Ugh.
And then we learn Demon Cheryl is strong too, because she just pushes Ash. Ash goes to grab her and she just flicks him and he flies across the room into a bookshelf that's so heavy that it pins him to the floor.
That balsa wood bookshelf is heavy. And then she's coming after Ash with that pencil, but slow. Oh, so slowly. And Scotty tries to step in. She has a brief fight with Scotty, but he knocks him away. But then he comes back and he knocks her to the floor.
Yeah, Scotty has the axe. He was out chopping wood, and so he had brought the axe in, and so he knocked Cheryl down near the open trap door for the cellar. We're noticing.
Yep, and she's ready to get back up, so he kicks her into. He's like, right into the basement.
But he tries to close it. The hand's in the way.
Yeah, she's not done. She's got it. They use a prop head on a stick where he's beating the head with the end of the axe. Oh. But it's so funny because it's just the stick.
Yeah, we should say underneath it all, Cheryl's voice now is just this demonish. It's a guy, I think, who said.
I don't know, but it's going to talk like that. It's
yeah. And he gets her down. Then the hand's out. He's smashing the hand with the bottom of the axe. Little fun fact. Bruce Campbell said that hand that's sticking out there, that's a hand that he and Raimi have been using since they were like in middle school for their movies. And it's they were still using it in The Evil Dead.
That's pretty good. And he chains her up with that chain that happens to be there.
Yeah, I guess because the professor who owned the cabin had some problems and needed to chain stuff down in the basement.
Now a demon.
Yeah. So he locks her in the basement.
And Ash is going to check on Linda, who's stabbed with a pencil. And then we got this awesome POV of Cheryl Demon, who's watching everything that they're doing and just not saying anything, like it's a little kid that's locked in their room. And everybody's like, we should just wait until dawn. And the other girl's like, have you seen her eyes? That amazing special effect that we worked so hard on. Eyes, everybody. Have you seen the eyes?
Little homage to Rosemary's Baby there.
Yeah.
Why eyes? What have they done to her eyes? But I will say once again, Sam Raimi, exposition scene we're having here, Erik, but he finds such an interesting way to film this little scene of them just talking about what are we going to do. And it's all from Cheryl's point of view in the basement. Love it. Like, it's great. That's awesome. So Shelley goes off into a bedroom and she's looking out the window, and here's our POV. It's coming, Erik, but usually it hasn't entered the cabin, but it goes right through the window.
Yep. We don't know what happens. She's gone. What?
No.
What? Yeah. But Scotty's trying to do the right thing, I guess, and check on her. But she gone.
Yes.
She gone. And he's looking.
It's your typical looking behind curtains, opening doors. There's nothing there. Yeah.
And here's where you know where the plumbing came from, because it's the world's ugliest bathroom, but there's plenty of plumbing below. But she's not there with that. What you're saying is it's like, oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. So we're used to that, but nothing in the bathroom. But then he turns around, Shelly demon attack.
I have hand on the neck jump scare.
And it not just that, but she digs into his face with her nails. I mean, close up of,
look what I'm doing.
Gross.
Such a close up. It's like his eyeball is in the shot and her nails are down. It's great.
Yep.
Love it. Yeah. So it attacks, rolls out into the regular room. Ash is there out in the living room or whatever. And Shelly attacks Scott, and Scott throws her and she lands backwards on the fire. Demon Shelly. Like with her head on the
brand
fire.
New hairstyle.
Yes.
But because the great thing, her face is
this isn't the actress Shelly, is it?
No.
This isn't it's totally somebody else.
The fake Shemp, apparently, is what they're calling him.
What they call it, yeah. So they dress somebody else up.
But it's Demon Shelly. So we get two demons now, Demon Shelly, and her face is in the fire. And I love the way that she's expositioning what's happening to her as a demon.
Oh no, my beautiful face is on fire.
I just thought that was funny.
Personality, I have to say, of these demons is fascinating to me.
They're sassy. Yeah. They're like,
they are. They're very
sassy. And she's like, oh, but I think she says something about Scotty's pretty face. She's like,
why don't you join me?
She's trying to push his face in the fire. It looks good.
Yeah, because Eric, I think what she says, she goes, oh, thank God you pulled me out of the fire. I don't know what I would have done with those hot coals on my pretty skin.
Right.
It's great.
Thank goodness for Mary Kay products. I can put it on.
So anyways, so
join us. We hear that. Join us now. Join us, she's saying. And Cheryl Demon is going crazy in the basement. She's loving this. It's like, go Team Demon.
Yeah. And she's always like, her mouth is always open, Cheryl Demon, and she's like,
it's good. It is scary. And then Shelly Demon, remember the dagger, the sword, short sword?
Yep.
She grabs the dagger in the weirdest, awkward possible. Yeah. Grabbing the dagger like she's going to stab Scotty. But Scotty's a what is he, a camper? Does he have?
We didn't see this earlier. They didn't set this up for us. But Scotty has a knife in his belt loop on his back, but horizontally. It's not like what is
a Boy Scout would have? Like, here's my unnecessary knife.
But he gets that out, and then he goes up, and he I thought he was going to stab her, like through the mouth or something.
Yep.
But instead he uses his knife to start trying to cut her hand off that has the dagger.
No, it's the weirdest choice. Dude.
But it is gross and weird. And I have to say, Eric, this whole thing is going on with Cheryl banging on the thing, him cutting the hand, Ash looking on and just paralyzed with whatever's going on. And he's cutting between all of these things. And I would say it's just, you are in the madness of this chaos. You are, as the viewer, you are in this craziness.
Yeah.
That's
happening. It doesn't stop because now Shelly Demon starts eating and biting her own hand off.
Enjoying it.
What is happening?
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
And then there's some awkward, because remember her hand had the dagger. Now her hand is separate, and Scotty grabs the hand dagger with the severed hand, and he does this weird ass and stabs her in the back.
He reaches behind her and stabs her from the back.
Yeah.
It's a weird angle.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, there's another moment in this movie where they put a knife at a weird angle, and I was trying to figure out if there are practical, what the reasons are for them doing that.
I don't know.
Other than possibly Sam Raimi is like, let's do it at a weird angle to just make it more interesting.
Yeah,
it
sure is.
Possibly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, now there's really creepy sounds like, and the dagger itself is bleeding through the eyes and smoking.
I love the touch. I love the touch, though, of the demon is reaching behind its back for the knife, and it only has one hand on one
which looks
arm.
it looks pretty good.
But I like that touch. It's like, ah.
But apparently the dagger works, right, Art?
Okay.
Because the demon's in pain.
Does it though? Does it?
It's spurting white goo, which is disgusting.
And
out of its mouth and severed the little stump. Gross. Ugh.
And it goes on for a long time with a death howl that's
and
so they drag out this death scene. Yeah. She's dead.
The two guys are just standing there.
Yes. And Scotty starts to walk over her body and then boom, grabbed, scared. Yeah. So, Erik, it just doesn't end. If only there's a word for what I'm trying to say.
What? What is it? It's like
I'm not going to do it.
It's just
no, I'm not going to do it.
It's
But
riveting.
so Demon Shelley pops up again. As if nothing happened. As if
Which is weird because that looked like the sword was doing some damage there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that.
But I think that's what Raimi is doing. He's effing with us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will say, these dead things, like these demons doing, is effing with people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They like to play with their food, as you like to say.
Yep. Ash isn't doing a goddamn thing, and he has the axe now. So Scotty's like, give me that thing. And then I love the first shot as he swings the axe. We see from behind, it's from behind her. And he swings the axe and she just goes down like a bag full of air. And then he starts chopping. And you think, they're not going to show you. But they show you. He's chopping into her leg and her
blood spurting up into the frame. But also, he didn't know if it was Demon Shelley or Demon Cheryl is going like, no. And they start saying, you love her. You love her. Why are you doing this? You love her. And that,
I think it's Cheryl.
Cheryl from the,
she's on the benches. She's demon on the benches and she can't get into the game. She's like, come on, foul.
Yeah.
Use the sword.
Yeah. And what I think they're setting up here, Erik, I know you're always like, Hart, why do you need to say this in the story? But the story-wise, I think what we're seeing the difference here is Ash had the axe and was like looking at it as like, how could I chop this person? This is Shelley. This is a person. Whereas Scotty was like, hit it. He was saying it by the end. And Scotty has no problem hacking. And I think adding in this, but you love her, from Cheryl is we see Ash. They focus on Ash here. And Ash is like, wait, that's Shelley you're hacking up, I think. I think that's what they're trying to play with here.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They play with your heartstrings, those demons.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a shot of her, Shelley, in pieces.
Squiggling around all the pieces.
Her head's like, and there's an arm. And apparently that's a bunch of people working together under the floorboards. This is my leg. This is my arm. It's your head. Go. I love that. And I think they were so tired shooting that scene that she was like, guys. And the guys under the floorboards had fallen asleep. And she's the only one awake. Wake up, guys. Let's come on.
So Scotty's like, we got to go bury her. So they drag her out. They bury her in the ground. They put up like a makeshift cross even at her grave. I'm like, wow, they're spending a lot of time here.
Some time to do that.
And then they go back to the cabin and Scotty's like, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
What about Linda? What about my girlfriend, Linda? He's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. So Scotty leaves.
He's gone.
And as Scotty's leaving, Cheryl from under the floor to just hear, soon all of you will be like me, and then we'll lock you up in the cellar.
Yeah, why would they do that? If they're like her, why would they do that? They're like, see how it feels? Wait, I'm a demon too. Oh, shit, right. Okay, come on.
So Ash is by himself now with Linda, and he goes in to look at her wound.
The ankle wound.
She's sleeping so peacefully, Erik.
Yeah,
she's like a little angel. She's
Poor
like
girl.
a little angel. Yeah.
No blood on the wound. It's just a little hole.
No. Oh, remember this from my first watch.
Freaky. This is where you said freaky things like freaky angles and freaky why stab this way. Another one, why do this? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's, what is it? Stop motion veins that just go
like a spider web, almost like a gigantic spider web going across her whole
necessary
leg. Yeah.
No, but cool. Yeah.
And Linda sits up, eyes are white, and her voice it just runs through you. This is great.
Yeah, she talks like that, kind of.
And she giggles, she laughs.
Yeah, and she has the weirdest freaking makeup.
Yes.
If you look closely, if you pause on all these makeups, whatever choice they made is very interesting because she's got purple, but she's got doll line eyelashes. So it doesn't even make demon sense. It's just like she tried to put on the makeup, but she's a demon. She's like, what do I do, Rouge? How do I do it?
But he's like, oh my God. So he's backing out of the cabin. He opens up the front door. Scotty jump scare. Scotty's back, but he doesn't look too good, man.
Oh, no.
Scotty's face is all cut up. I couldn't quite understand how it was injured, but it's all messed up, man.
He's got cuts from the woods. And
that's
also,
what he's saying, right? He's saying the woods are alive.
He has the broken bone sticking out of his wrist. He's messed up.
And he has like a tree branch sticking out of his midsection, too.
Yes.
So he comes in, and Ash is dealing with him, and I like this, and I remember this from the movie, first watch. Ash is trying to deal with Scotty, and Cheryl is in the basement, trapped, hitting the thing, talking, and Linda is just sitting on the floor, giggling. And it is such an eerie setup. Ash is alone now, except for Scotty. But Scotty's toast.
Yeah. She's tilting her head. Does it remind you of The Exorcist art?
Yeah.
It does.
And Scotty starts going, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And the demons start mocking him. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
You're a big baby. Can't play in the woods by yourself. Oh.
These demons are bullies.
Oh.
Mean. They are like, it's crazy.
But that's what it works, is it's not let up in the film. You're not given a chance to go, oh, you're just like, no, stop. Yeah. I love that Ash Scotty's on the couch and he is beat to shit. And Ash is like, we're going to get out of here. And he's shaking him. And I just keep thinking, he's like, oh, my arm. Jesus Christ.
Eric, he slaps him in the face.
Oh, my God.
I was
But there's a trail, apparently. It's not just the bridge. You can do the trail. Because Scotty's like, there's a trail, but the trees are alive. And then he starts just a mouthful of blood. He's going, he's done. This guy's done.
Yeah. And Linda and Cheryl are just laughing. And Ash goes over to Linda.
His girlfriend.
And he hits her. He's like, shut up.
Whacking her.
Yeah.
Her head's going back. It's comic. It's like you said, Three Stooges. It's like,
but she just keeps laughing. She keeps laughing hysterically. And Scotty says, kill her. Scotty from Scotty's last words probably are like, kill her. And so Ash has the shotgun and aims the shotgun at her. And first time I saw this, I thought he was. But no, she puts her head down. And when she comes up, Eric, it's Linda.
She's regular Linda. Help
regular
me.
Linda batting those eyelashes,
Help
Eric.
me.
Doing, 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 doing.
Yeah.
I'm okay now.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
And he does it. He grabs her and he embraces her. So you know what? Cheryl Demon's not having, she needs to be part of this game. So all of a sudden, Cheryl Demon in the basement's like, I'm okay too. By the way, little FYI, I'm fine.
Ashley, we should say Cheryl calls him Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley. It's me. Let me out. I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's like the thing, I wasn't okay for a while, but I am now. Let me out.
Yes.
I'm okay.
And Ash starts to undo the chain to the basement.
Did you not? Have you been in the movie?
He's falling for this. He's falling for this. He's totally falling for this.
Just go unlock it then. Go unlock it, Ash. See what happens.
But before you think he gets the whole chain undone, two hands come up from below and grab him.
Yep.
And then it's mocking Eric. And she goes, I'm all right now.
Yeah.
Ashley, it's your sister Cheryl. Like it is comical when you watch it in isolation. It
is knowing if you see the other movies. It is kind of funny, but in the situation, it wouldn't be. My God,
no. But
Linda Demon's back. Linda changes. We're going to get you. They're almost like little kids. Na 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 na.
Not another peep. Time to go to sleep.
Right.
It's very creepy and eerie.
Ashes. We all. Yeah. Oh, ashes, ashes. They should have sang that.
Ooh,
They didn't.
But Ash, as he drags Linda outside, and she is crazy out of it. She's like, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's like
it's fun. It's like the Joker laughing.
Yes,
when
they
you hit
really, the Evil Dead really enjoy this.
Yeah.
Really.
They love it.
Love it.
They don't get to go out often.
No.
So, he drags her outside, and Ash tries to comfort Scott. He just drags her out and leaves her outside like a dog. Like,
yes.
You put the cat out, and you think it's not coming back.
But I love he tries to give Scotty a drink. He's like pouring it in his mouth.
But it's so good because you're like, wait, he's not. Oh my God, he's dead.
Right.
And it's a quiet moment.
Well, Erik, it's a quiet moment, but the dialogue, I do have to laugh. Ash goes, and we'll get out of here. You, me, Cheryl, Linda, and Shelley. Well, not Shelley.
Does he say, well, not Shelley?
Yes, he corrects himself. He goes, well, not Shelley. Shelley's chopped up in pieces under the ground. Yeah, next time you watch it.
That is, not
Shelley.
Are you listening to me? Oh, you're dead. But
but like you said, thinking of the movies ahead, Erik, humor-wise, that is a line you could see done in a certain way.
Yep.
Looking ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get Linda Demon jump scare.
Oh my gosh. And she has the dagger.
Big ass dagger.
Big ass dagger. She gets Ash on the arm, jump scare. Yeah. And then she's laughing and she licks the blood off the dagger. It's the conception of every moment of this, I just think, is just to blow your mind.
And the demons are just, really jerks. These are the ones that be behind the high school, be like, hey, you got any money?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't have money,
Oh, and like one gets down behind you and they push you over, right?
But it's a fight, big fight, and the poor body of Scotty getting pushed off the couch.
I'm glad you noticed that.
It's like, oh,
But Ash is struggling with Linda. She's got the dagger. And then he moves too close to the trap door into the cellar. And Demon Cheryl gets him on the ankle. And he's pulling. So now he's fighting Linda, trying to pull his leg away from Cheryl. And I'm like, first time filmmaker. This is just, this is fantastic because you're caught. He's caught between these two people.
Yeah.
Sorry to just gush about that.
It's true. And it's relentless. You just had a moment of silence, and then bam, and then it's that weird dagger thing again. Ash gets the dagger behind her, or
he
something.
Twists her own arm behind her,
and then
stabs her.
And she falls down and she gets impaled by the dagger. But we're not fooled, are we, Art? Because bullshit. I call bullshit on that sacrificial dagger.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I don't know what that's. We find out. We think it's like some sacrificial dagger.
It's
like he got it at Slosson's Lost Oasis.
Yeah, he did. He's like, oh, Big Lots. Let's see what they have in there. But it's that white goo again, which is even grosser, in my opinion, than the blood. She's white goo spitting up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dead, Art?
Well, he picks her up and he drags her. Once again, great long tracking shot, dragging her across the floor. We drag by Scotty's body, and his body's moving a little bit. Did you notice?
It's like, because blood's coming out of it.
Yeah. And then drags by Cheryl, popped out. It's floor level. I should say this is floor level. And we pan across Cheryl, too. Poking up out of the thing.
Yep. And she had an opportunity to say something funny, but she just didn't come up with anything, did she? Stupid little demon. Cheryl could have been like, oh, that's a drag. Is that your girlfriend? Nothing. We didn't get anything like that.
Well, Ash remembered the tape recorder, and he's like, "Oh, I will dismember her." So he brings her to this room, which we hadn't mentioned on the podcast, but there is this room they found when they first got there with like a big workbench with chains.
It's a shed. Isn't it a shed?
It's like a shed, and there's chains and everything.
Probably plumbing as well.
It's wired for a different... It's going
to be the mother-in-law suite.
Right. But he chains her up. It's Linda, but she looks like Linda. She doesn't look like the demon.
Dead.
So he chains her all up, and she's all in white, right?
And
dressed
you must
in white.
have loved this because every time it's wire, metal hooks with chains. Every time he makes contact with another piece of metal, it goes cha-chonk, cha-chank. I mean, so unnecessary but fun.
And then he looks at her lying there, and he gets the chainsaw, right? He gets the chainsaw, starts it up, and we're thinking, okay, he's going to start, and then she's going to pop awake while he's dismembering her, but he can't do it. He just can't.
Because of that necklace.
Scotty would have done it in a second. I think Scotty,
But he sees the necklace, the little thing that he gave her.
Oh, yeah.
Which you'd think plays a big part in the film, but it doesn't. So he figures he's going to bury her outside. Because I guess that works.
Well, he's hoping that it works, Eric.
But
he's
here's
hoping.
where you get your thing. Remember when you talked about the eyes, when they had that cute little scene? Here's the little callback that's not necessary at all.
That's right. He's going to bury her, so she's lying on the ground while he's digging. And every time he looks over at her eyes are closed. But when he turns back to dig, we see her eyes pop open, and she's looking at him. So it's a callback to the playful little scene with the necklace at the beginning.
Yeah, but he buries her.
He does bury her. So she knows. So she's just allowing herself. We saw her eyes open, so she's allowing herself to be buried.
Those demons love to play. My class in L.A. when I was acting there, the director of the class gave me a picture, by the way, of Bruce Campbell with the chainsaw, and he's like, "This guy reminds me of you. You need to be this guy." I was like, "Groovy."
So you started bringing a chainsaw to every audition.
Groovy, shirt's open. But he goes to grab the necklace that he sees on the ground, and then we get Carrie jump scare.
Yep, arm comes up through the dirt, gets him. Yeah.
And unnecessary, but this is where Sam Raimi makes you just go, "Oh, stop. Like, remember the pencil? She just digs at his leg, digs into it with her nails, which apparently are really sharp now, and rips his lower leg to shreds. I mean, it's hard. As a viewer, you know what it might feel like to get cut like that. And you're just, oh, God.
So he's struggling with her, but he picks up remember the cross they put on Shelley's grave? The big makeshift cross? He takes that and he beans Linda with that big cross. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I saw it differently, but he picks up the world's lightest 4x4 wooden.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think it was the makeshift. It was part of the makeshift cross. It fell and broke. So he picked up
this is a
beam, right?
A beam of wood. And he picks it up. Clearly, it's made of something else, but this is your Three Stooges stuff. He's just whacking her, and she's like, whacking away. It breaks unexpectedly. I think it wasn't meant to break. And he just keeps hitting her and hitting what we're now calling the fake Shemp. It's clearly not the actor. It is someone else.
Yeah. But he ends up getting on the ground, and she does a flying leap, like almost with a running start. She does a running start and jumps, and she's flying through the air to jump on top of him while he's on the ground. And he gets his arm on a shovel, his hand on a shovel, and he arcs the shovel. He swings it across, and in midair, as she's coming down on him, the shovel cleanly cuts her head off.
Yep. That doesn't stop our demon friends, though, because the body lands on him and she's still attacking him while blood is spewing out of her neck onto his face.
Okay. This is the first of this, right? We're going to keep track of this, Eric. A big pile of blood just right
what
on
kind
his
of
face.
Amount, like the blood keeps coming and coming. What would you say that's amount of blood. It just doesn't stop.
You're not going to do it. You're not. I'm going to be good. I'm going to
be good. I'm not Tennessee. I can't say it.
Sorry, that was a demon.
And the head is on the head's on the ground next to him, laughing.
It's having a good time. The head's like, this is fun.
Yeah.
So just so we know, we got a dismembered corpse in the ground that hasn't come up out of the ground. And now we have the headless Linda, and he goes back in the house. So headless Linda's outside, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that cellar door, that little trap door, it's broken open.
When he goes back to the house.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Change out there. And then a door swings open with the longest creak I think we may have ever seen on a midnight cinema movie, Eric. It goes like...
Well, no, it's true, but it's just the door sound.
Yeah.
And we're wondering what's happening. Where's Cheryl Demon? Where is she? And I love that. The misdirection. He's got the shotgun.
We know she's somewhere.
Yep. She's got to be in the house, right?
Yeah. Well, he hears something behind a curtain. And so he's going to go look in the curtain. We've seen a lot of this in this movie, Eric. Move the curtain aside. It's not there. And then, but he misdirects. Sam Raimi's so good. The window behind him. Cheryl jump scare. She comes crashing into the window right behind
but
Ash.
He's got that weapon of choice now, and he just blows her away with the shotgun.
Yeah, like in the neck sort of area, right?
Big chunk out of whatever. But she's not dead.
Pops right back up again.
Yep. You get their favorite prop back again. She's got one hand sticking through the door, and he's smashing it, and he's hitting it with the butt of the rifle, and just like going bloop, bloop.
It's the same hand, yes.
It looks good. It does look good.
But he shoots again, right? And then he realizes he needs shells. But we remember the shells are in the basement.
Yeah. I love that he closes the doors like that's going to help. We get open windows everywhere. He has to close the doors.
Right.
But shells in the basement, that's what they didn't get them all.
Well, they must have brought up one box of them, or they just brought up the gun and it already had some shells in it. But he goes down into that basement, and this is once again this out, Eric, but it's good. He slips on the stairs, even coming down the basement. And remember that dripping that we heard earlier, and all those pipes dripping, Eric? They're dripping again, but it's a little different this time.
Yes, it's blood. Blood is dripping. And I love he's standing under one that's got cloth around it. He's like, looking right up at it. And then, blam, it opens up and he just gets.
So that's second, Eric. I know you usually count things. Second time, Ash gets a bunch of goo right in his face.
Right in the face. And it's coming out of everything, which I thought was cool. They didn't have to show you, but it's coming out.
The light bulb is filling with blood.
Yeah.
The outlets, everything is just blood.
And were we introduced to the phonograph and the film reel?
Nope.
They're down there.
Yeah. So a phonograph starts playing.
Can't have a good horror movie. Can't have a good horror movie without a phonograph, Art.
No.
I have one in the Lost Museum, so there you go.
And then an old projector, reel-to-reel projector. Yeah.
And then there's blood on that. There's blood on the screen coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Just blood.
Yeah.
Blood.
Yeah, he's stepping through puddles of blood as we look at his feet as he's going upstairs. So he goes up. The projector kind of sparks and blows up.
Yes. And you hear, we're going to get you. Na, 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 poo, poo.
So he gets his shotgun shells and he goes back upstairs. Mm-hmm. And when he goes back upstairs, I just have my notes here, Eric, the fun house. This is now a fun house from a carnival. It a creepy, weird carnival house of mirrors feel to everything upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of weird noises. Something's outside. That thing, whatever we keep alluding to is outside. The shutters are like, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah. Camera is crazy. They have a great shot where his head is upside down and it goes up over his head and comes back down right in front of him. And
it unsettles you. It makes you feel like you don't know what's going on visually.
An overhead shot, Eric, one more overhead shot. He's walking, and as the camera goes by each rafter, because it's looking down.
Yes.
Woomph, woomph.
Yep.
Woomph. For no
like it's a fan.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Funhouse, he looks in the mirror. Remember, there's no budget here.
This is not CGI. No.
Yeah. So he looks and he sees his reflection, of course, and he reaches for it for no reason. And the image, the mirror part of him is now doing something different, and he reaches through the mirror and it's water, which I thought was really cool. And then
he pulls his hand out and he screams. He's like, that's the most he screamed in the movie so far.
Yeah, he doesn't like water, apparently.
He screamed more than when he got the goo in his face.
Yep.
Yeah.
And something's outside, so he shoots outside, breaks the window.
He moves over, he backs up against the front door.
Yeah. And he's got to reload. But a lot of shots of him like, which is used a lot later on.
The romantic music starts to swell, and he puts in his pocket, pulls out the necklace.
The necklace.
He looks at it. He's looking at it, and he says, "Linda."
All the noises stop.
So we know something's coming.
Now we know. We're not stupid. We're not stupid, Sam. But the hands break through the door. Which would be Day of the Dead or the Mummy, break through the door and grab him.
Join us.
And I think is it Cheryl? I think it's Cheryl,
It's
right?
Cheryl. It's Cheryl, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he shoots and it backs her off.
In the face. She gets a chunk of her face taken out. Like, bleh.
But we see outside, she sort of slides away from the door. And then he pulls the smallest piece of furniture to block the door.
It's like a sewing machine, old sewing machine table with
like
wheels on it.
It's like a TV dinner card.
I think
almost.
we had one. Yeah. Like, really? You didn't even turn it upside down, dude.
But he's acting as if it weighs a little bit more than it does.
It's got wheels on it.
He pulls it over. And so he's looking at the door. And we're looking at him at the door, and into the foreground of the frame, Scotty demon jump scare. He sits up into the frame. And did you notice, Eric? Did you watch it again? What they did here?
Well, you mean his brand new hairdo, or?
Yeah, no. But if you look in the background, so Ash is in the background at the door, and this is clearly a composite shot. That's one shot, and then they layered Scotty sitting up in the foreground to the front because it actually freeze frames in the background. No. Ash in the background freezes. If you watch it again, he freezes. And then Scotty sits up in the front of it's a great effect. It looks good. But if you look at it closely again, it's sort of, I call it a split diopter, but it's not.
No, you don't, because I watched it and I said, this isn't a split diopter because
no, that was blurry. A different one. That was a different shot. That was a different shot.
Okay.
This is they're not using a lens split diopter, but they're compositing two shots here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
all I noticed was he was not Scotty because he had a completely different hair and weight.
So this is a fake Shemp. This is
I think so because he's got like old man wig hair or something. Remember the book? Remember there was a book in this?
Yes.
It was like a Book of the Dead.
Little paperback book.
Yeah. For some reason that's back again and it falls near the fire.
Yeah.
And it catches on fire a little bit.
Yeah. But Scotty is choking Ash.
Oh, yeah.
He's lifting him up, doing the Darth Vader, lifting him up. Yeah.
If this is a counselorship, where is the ambassador, Ash?
Yeah. And this is... So Ash, to get out of this, puts both his thumbs into each of Scotty's eyes. And just
all the way in.
Really gouges them in.
Here I am, makeup guy, because the demons are choosing... I think it's choose your own makeup day for demons, okay? Because Cheryl's like horrific, pieces missing. Then you got a Linda who looks like a creepy doll. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Scotty, and it looks like he was going out for Halloween and wanted to do a skull face, but didn't have the time to really do it. So he just did the black nose, which looks like a dog, and then the eyes, and then he's got lines here. Like he's a skull, like it's what's the Karate Kid? It's like those guys.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what's going on here?
And the blood just pours out of those eyes, Eric. I guess Caro syrup, they said colored Caro syrup.
Good one.
And that's what Bruce Campbell said. By the end, he said, this part of the shooting, like when they were getting to the finale, all this stuff, everything you touched in this cabin was sticky. He said Caro syrup everywhere. He said he said you couldn't touch anything without your hands sticking.
And plus, when it dries, I think he said he put his shirt on and it broke. I've had that happen where I've had dried stuff like paint.
Yeah.
But remember that stick you said there was a branch sticking in Scotty?
Yeah, Scotty, a branch was sticking out of his midsection.
Well, let's bring that back.
Yes.
Because he pulls the stick out of Scotty's stomach and it's like you turned a hose on in the garden. It's just shooting.
Yeah. Oh,
shooting.
They're not sparing the blood on this.
No.
They are not. Yeah.
And Scotty starts smoking, like not a cigarette. He starts smoking.
I noticed that too. But is that because is the book near the fire and is kind of started to catch on fire a little bit?
The corner of the book is on fire. So we're led to believe, Art, that the book is affecting the demons if it's hurt, if the book is hurt.
That's right. Okay. And then Ash sees the book. He starts crawling for it, but Cheryl bursts in. I'm here, motherfucker.
The OG. The OG demon.
Cheryl comes in. And Ash starts crawling towards the book, which I think we're like. So I guess Ash is thinking the book needs to be burned. Is
because
that he's putting it together?
Out. Like, why would
he figures
Scotty
it out.
Smoking?
But Scotty is at his legs and is pulling him back. And so he can't reach the book, but the necklace is on the floor. So he grabs the necklace and he's using it like a little grappling hook, Eric. The little necklace.
Any sense.
Yes.
There's no way. I was trying to think of any necklace that could pull this flesh-bound book. You would need, and then meantime, Scotty's chowing down on his leg.
Oh, I have almost that, Eric. In my notes, I have Scotty is chewing in capital letters on Ash's calf.
Ash is going,
but not to be outdone. Sam Raimi has Cheryl takes a metal fire poker, and is beating Ash on the back with the fire poker. So it is Ash. Ash is. We know that Ash is going to go on in sequels to he's really
not having a good time. Why isn't Cheryl stabbing him with the poker? Because I think she's losing her game. And two, if I hadn't seen the other movies before, I was thinking to myself, is this scene funny? Because he's trying with the tiniest object to pull a book. Like, while he's being chewed on and beaten with a poker. And they're going...
And Raimi is showing us all these different angles overhead,
so much
on the floor. But I think, Eric, the point of this is, if in pure filmmaking, thinking about it in pure filmmaking, that little necklace trying to pull that book makes you go like, oh, is he going to get it? Oh, is it going to get the thing? So I think, to your point, I think that's Raimi's idea is...
Oh, that's funny because all I saw was... I said, even if he gets it hooked on there, he's not going to be able to pull that book. It's not made of freaking... It's heavy
But he
book.
He does get it, though, Eric. He finally gets it. And it pulls in, and he throws it on the fire. And Cheryl and Scotty freeze.
They actually freeze.
But then they glitch like Max Headroom.
Yeah.
So they're done, Eric, right? They're just going to...
Of course they're done, Art.
That's it.
The poker drops next to his head, and he's like, oh, yep. It just now, it becomes a nightmare-fueled... You said house of, what'd you say, carnival?
A fun house, like carnival.
Yeah, now this is nightmare... inexplicable stuff because the Cheryl demon starts to fall apart, but it is stop motion. It is amazing and just unnerving stop motion of her like pieces falling off, and
hair, like a piece of her hair falls off.
Yeah,
and,
dare
and
I
her,
say Tim Burton.
That's good. Yeah.
Where you just go, wait, this is stop motion. What's happening?
It's like a large Marge, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Like in Pee Wee Herman.
And you just are eating it up because it's so bizarre. And Scotty, too.
But there's stages of it, right, Eric?
Yeah.
There's a couple of stages we're going to go through here. The first is what you're talking about, this stop motion peeling and falling apart.
Yeah, and then like bubbling and
and then something that's sort of like yellowish oatmeal starts to
it's 100% oatmeal art.
Okay,
coming out of Scotty's arm when he's on the floor. But while the oatmeal's coming out, his hand is doing like, turning into skeleton bits.
Yeah,
but nothing in the what you would think somebody's body would do. It's like whatever the demons are made out of, which doesn't make any sense. But they got these tentacles, tongues coming out of their mouths, and even the book is in the fire going, "Oh!"
Yeah, the book has a big tongue. Yeah. But then we've been cute, Eric, because suddenly there's silence.
And Bruce is covered in blood, and he's like, "Oh,
yeah.
So
Cheryl's still standing. Scotty's on the floor.
And then
and
we're both like, and then we can't even start to tell you because these giant oversized demon hands come shooting out of both of them from their torsos, like, whoa!
They remind me of those big demon hands you have, Eric.
One of your
attractions. It's like,
I got phonographed.
These are animated. They're clearly hands, but they burst out of Cheryl's front and back.
Yep. Not possible.
No, but they come, and when I say burst, I mean explode out and pieces of her flying, and Scotty on the ground. One comes out of his midsection too. Yeah.
Like there's demons inside, so they're just using the bodies.
Yeah.
Oh. But great effects, blood everywhere. We're not done. There's snakes. There's garter snakes.
Snakes and cockroaches. And it reminds me a little bit of Halloween 3. A little bit of when the masks come on Halloween 3.
And then they just kind of deflate, and you hear the last "join us."
Well, right? Not before, right? Because you got to remember, Cheryl falls forward and her head explodes.
Oh yes,
and this is my third. Ash gets the explosion of her gore right in his face again. It reminded me, Eric, you and I, we had a running joke. Eric came out here to visit me. We went to Disneyland, and Eric and I, on our first ride of the day, one of our first was, Tiana's Bayou? It used to be Splash Mountain, and we got soaked. Eric and I got absolutely soaked. And we were joking about how the rest of the day we would just get soaked on every ride.
Right,
come on. And this reminded me of that. I can imagine Bruce Campbell's character, Ash. Come on.
Yeah. We're like in a small world, and there's no, and then one of the little guys has a fire hose. It's a small world. Come on.
But poor Ash just gets it again. Just a big bunch of gore on his face. And and then they sort of disintegrate. That's when they disintegrate.
Scotty's skull falls apart, and it looks really good. Mm-hmm. Even the stop motion, you just go, what is happening?
And he ends up, it's kind of like Ash, right? It ends up almost like Ash on the floor. Like
there's just
ashes.
Yeah. Goop and
ashes.
Yeah. So the book,
and that's when you hear, yes, Eric, that's where it's join us.
Yeah. But it kind of fades away like they're
fades
gone.
out.
But the book's gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Burned up in a fire.
Yep.
Okay, where's Linda?
I don't know.
Is Headless Linda now?
Linda probably gave up. We should say on this shoot, it was a long shoot for a short film. They shot like for months, and they lost actors by the end of the shoot who just couldn't continue on.
That's
which is why they have
so
some
many
of
other
this fake
people.
jump.
But Linda's body was outside, and one's buried and one's on the ground. With the head.
She did get her head cut off.
Right. So
but does that count as dismemberment? I don't think so.
But she must have then dissipated, right? I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
With the book, you're right, because the book's gone.
Yeah.
The book,
and it's
the book
dawn.
controls
you know how all horror movies end at dawn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I almost wanted it to go na 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 na. The sun coming up.
That is a little like what the soundtrack sounds like, Eric.
Well, you would like this. I bet you ate this up because Ash is now covered in blood, and he goes outside, and then he's walking away from the house, and it's lit inside the door. The door is slowly closing behind.
I thought he closed it. That's what my joke was going to be. I was like, why is he closing the door on his way out?
It just was closing.
I was like, it has two massive holes in it. Yep. And he's like, I'm leaving. I'll make sure I close the door on my way out.
Key back up. That'd be awesome.
Oh, the Airbnb, you got to clean it up before you leave. Please take out the garbage. And yeah. But yeah, he's leaving. He's walking out. And then we get an interesting shot. All of a sudden, we get an interesting shot of just a leaf on the ground.
Yep.
Like one single leaf on the ground. But the camera pulls up and we get our POV, Eric.
Whatever that is.
Evil POV.
Right?
And I know you know how they did this, but it goes across the backyard, through the house. It goes
doors
through.
Open up for it.
Through the house and out the front door. Right into Ash's mouth, basically. He turns around.
And he sees something because just like his sister, he's like, oh!
And it goes right in. And then we get our da 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 da. That's the end credits.
It's a blackout. That's
blackout, and that's it. But I should say what I was referring to with Erik is they put the camera on a bicycle, the front of a bicycle, and the guy rode the camera through the house on a bicycle.
Perfect. And then the other people are opening the door for them.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And the rumor that he plowed into Ash and he broke his ribs, that's all bullshit.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. They debunked that. They're like, we made that up just to see how far it would go. Run into me and break my ribs. You got to even mind.
But one little thing I will add here, Erik, if you watch all the way to the end credits, you hear the music fades out, the last of the music, and there's a fly buzzing. And that's the first thing you hear at the very beginning of the movie before anything happens. You hear a fly buzzing. So I'm like, oh, good for you, Sam Raimi. You even bookend your movie with the little fly buzzing sound. But that's it, Erik. That's Evil Dead. The Evil Dead, I should say.
The original Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead, 1981.
Which, as you know, went on to Evil Dead 2, which is now a comedy. Broad comedy.
Yeah.
Like, let's just.
I could see us doing Evil Dead 2 at some point, like here on the show, right? Like, no, you're not a fan.
Well, that would be next then, because, spoilers if everybody's listening to people listening to this one. It's I want to do the first Evil Dead and then the up until now, the most recent. But we could do that. Do Evil Dead 2, but it is such a comedy. They just went Three Stooges on it.
You and I may differ on this then. That's what's interesting.
Oh, my.
Okay. But keep going. So we had Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Then they did Army of Darkness was the third Evil Dead.
Because they didn't want to call it Evil Dead 3, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then we get Remake.
Yeah, Remake, which was, I think, like 2013. It's just Evil Dead.
Yes. And it is a much harder to watch Evil Dead than this one. It's even the gore and the things they do are just, if you can't handle
pretty good horror movie.
Yeah, if you can't
I would say you and I saw it together. You and I, that's a movie we saw together in the theaters.
Did?
Yeah.
I couldn't handle if you can't handle a cheese grater on someone's Orsina, picture this, a cheese grater, big cheese grater.
Yeah. Like a box grater?
Yeah, picture this. Just come over here because I want Art C. Come on, quick. So cheese grater. I'm going to take a cheese grater, right? And I'm going to take your bare leg and I'm going to run that cheese grater up and down.
God, that sounds like
you couldn't handle it, right?
No.
How about taking speaking of razor, you take a box cutter and then you just take your tongue and you split your tongue with the box. There you go.
Horrible.
That's Evil Dead.
That's just some of the things you can look forward to in Evil Dead, the remake.
All right.
Yeah, so we're going to watch that tonight. It's date night.
Also, a play, Erik, I know Martin McDonagh had a play, The Lieutenant of Inishmore.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a cheese grater too. Remember that on the guy's face?
Well,
in
speaking of play, Evil Dead, I didn't get cast, but they called me in specifically to play a guy that appears in Evil Dead 2. They made it's Evil Dead the musical.
The musical, yes.
And it's just a hilarity. And if you're sitting in the first 2 rows, they give you ponchos.
And then we had a TV series.
I watched a lot of it, and then I stopped watching it when a demon came out of this guy's butthole. I was done. I said, too far, guys. Too far.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yep, which it's got what's her name? Xena, Warrior Princess.
Yeah, which we should say the producer of The Evil Dead, the movie we just covered. He went on to, he's the producer, he's the creator of Xena, Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
He started with this movie.
If you want more of it and you want tongue in cheek, then that's what.
And lastly, Eric, we have the most recent would have been Evil Dead Rise.
And Evil Dead Rise is the one I want to do for sure. But we can talk about Evil Dead 2 because I know if you guys are listening to this one, you'll jump on Evil Dead 2.
I'm going to go out here, Eric, and just say, I know we're going to cover Evil Dead Rise, you and I, we already know that. But I'm going to say that I think almost all of the sequels are good movies. If you liked The Evil Dead, you're not going to get what The Evil Dead is really in this movie. But the rest of the sequels, all of them have things to recommend, I think. Yes. That's my personal opinion.
And this is while we're pointing out stuff like that, the lore of these demons is there are no rules. There's no rules. So whatever you think is a rule, it's not. Like, oh, you can burn the book. Oh, no, you can't burn the book. Oh, you can kill them by this. Nope, you can't kill them by this. Oh, they don't do this. Yep, they do. So it's these dormant entities. When you say words, they got free reign to possess you regardless. There's no putting them back. So whatever, I don't know, you move to Australia, what do? So there's no rules. So whatever rules you think this movie made up, there's nothing. And the book gets bigger and bigger.
Forget all you know and all you think you know.
That's right.
So I love this movie, Eric. As a matter of fact, while we were recording this, I was like, I can't wait to watch this movie again.
Wow.
I really, for some reason on this watch for this podcast, I watched it a couple of times. I just think as a filmmaking experience, like watching this, he's doing so many things, Sam Raimi, that the way you put it is, he doesn't have to do. He didn't have to do. And
that's what
he did them.
He did amazing.
And it's fun. Yeah. It's fun and creepy and you're cringing and it's just really almost never a slow moment. There's a couple where you're like, okay.
Yeah, they could clip a little.
Right.
A little bit.
And I was curious, Eric, how you felt it holds up, special effects and everything.
It goes back and forth.
Okay.
It goes back and forth because the stop motion, I mean, my God, so good. But it's stop motion. You know it's stop motion. But it works for whatever reason. The makeup for the demons is weird, but it works. But then
it's not consistent.
No,
as you pointed out, they don't look the same.
The gore is incredible, but then sometimes they just flake on the makeup. With the makeup, because they probably couldn't spend that much time with trying to fix whatever's happening, so you get latex peeling off, and you can see little skin, and every now and then. But that's just me nitpicking, like I'm at a community theater musical. I'm just, you know what I am, Art? I am relentless about my craft. I'm going to mark one for me. I couldn't get you to see it.
You're the Sam Raimi of the community musical, Eric. You're the Sam Raimi. We don't, man, he's really going at it.
Eric, it's community theater. They're all having fun. Take it easy. Well, did you see that? Did you see that? No, that would.
Or I'm talking about when you're in community. I know when you're in a show, Eric.
Oh, yes.
That's what I mean. You're the Sam Raimi of.
I will go.
If you cast Eric, he's.
I will not stop until I'm satisfied with. I have that prop. I could. What I could do is I could build an arm for you. I'll get my own costume. No problem. $1,000. Right. I spent like $1,500 on costumes for Spamalot for every guy because I didn't like what they had. I'm like, guys, that's not from the movie. I bought the outfits. I think I still have them. Give me a break, Eric.
Oh my gosh.
But Evil Dead. The Evil Dead.
And I loved it. Eric, I'm assuming you love it too. Maybe not.
I would watch parts of it. But it's this one. Sam Raimi does a good job of making you unsettled. But I think because I've seen the other ones, this one now has a different flavor for me. And it seems, even though they're very serious about it, it seems like it's funny, even when it's not. Like when he's loading the shotgun, he's like, shells.
Well, Eric,
And then-
just to sum it up, there's one shot. I nearly sent you a screenshot. At the beginning, we talked about where they nearly hit the truck when they're driving. And there's a quick insert shot from over the steering wheel. And for an inexplicable reason, it's like Scotty's driving and
I know what you're talking about.
and Bruce Campbell and I think one of the girls is behind Scotty over his shoulder going like, bah! It's out of a comedy. It's out of a comedy.
Ash has his head out the window going, oh, I mean, it's
Right.
I mean, watch out.
And that's the stuff they really wanted to make.
Yeah.
So great. So Eric, so we're a little different on it, I think. So God, that'd be weird because if we had a rating system, it'd be tough for us to come to something that represents both our views on it.
You
right.
you just spend all of your time bathed in blood and you can't hear because it's in your ears. We have a rating system.
Oh, we do? Yeah.
Yes, we've had it forever.
Oh gosh.
And I guess if I was you, it would be 10 out of 10, wouldn't it?
I don't know that I go 10 out of 10. No.
Okay, well then it's going to have to you get it. I don't know when you watched the movie. The movie got it got a prize. Yeah, it's the movie got a prize. They got a free trip, all expenses paid to Kunda. Visit historic Kunda. Buy a book. Summon a demon. Watch your wife get possessed. Chop her to pieces and bury her.
Yeah.
Kunda.
People in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Magnifying pendant for you.
Right, there you go.
Magnifying.
Let's go. Would you like a twig? Inappropriate twigs for sale?
Yeah, somebody's playing the thing and the branches are playing the little pipe and rather than snakes, it's branches.
Exactly.
So go to Kandar.
Chainsaw.
All right, Eric. So that's what we give it as a memorial. A prize.
It's a prize. The Kunda.
prize.
Yeah. All expenses paid.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eric, that book that you. No,
the book here
that you brought.
I
There.
was
That book
waiting
that you
to
found.
finish it.
I know we didn't get to talk about it too much.
Yeah, Orstina's not here, but yeah.
I had a great time talking to you about this movie, Eric.
Oh, what?
Really
Do not read these words.
I wouldn't read it, though. Eric, if it's not supposed to work.
Don't read
it.
Necto Parada.
What? Don't do that, Eric.
Oh,
what's that?
Kunda. There it is. Necto Parada Kunda. That's
Eric, what's the matter with you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine, Art.
What's happened to your eyes, Eric?
How are you stupid brat? I have a podcast. Give me that my dog. Sure.
What? Why are you torturing